As the Israeli military continues hitting targets in the Gaza Strip, dozens of people on both sides of this have been killed. Israel says over 2,000 rockets in all have been fired from Gaza into Israel over the past 5 days. The Israeli military is now said to be targeting a network of tunnels built underneath Gaza that Hamas is suspected of using to move fighters and rockets. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the conflict is not over, saying Israel will do everything possible to restore security to its cities. Janine, take us to our third topic, and with that, it means to take us overseas. What is different in your eyes, and I'm curious to hear your answer having watched Israeli media all day, what is different about this conflict this time?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about the previous conflicts, which all the conflicts since Israel withdrew from the Gaza Strip in 2005, when you had a 2008 war with Hamas, a 2012 war with Hamas, and especially the 2014 war, where they all looked very similar. And at the end of that 2014 war, Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel had said that they destroyed all of Hamas's tunnels. And yet here we are again with this same kind of conflict. What's different, I'd say, are a couple of things. One is politically in Israel and in the Palestinian territories. In Israel, you're about to head to your fifth election, so there's a lot of political instability there. And in the absence of a functioning government, there has been no chance of any kind of peace negotiations. And the same in the Palestinian Authority. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas is probably the most weakened by all of this right now. No elections now. They were postponed before this, and now you're just going to see Hamas win more kudos from the Palestinian population, potentially from this. And then politically in the U.S., you have a difference. It was on this very day, Brian, 3 years ago, that the U.S. under President Trump moved the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. President Trump said he took Jerusalem off the table. He might have taken it off his table, but it's still very much on the tables over there. The most incendiary issue of the final status issues to be resolved. And what's really terrifying, especially beyond the fact that we're still seeing the same horrific movie over and over, this conflict cannot be solved militarily by Israel bombing, despite 1,800 rockets now being fired by Hamas. This is not the way to do it. They think they can, quote, mow the grass every few years, that terrible phrase. What's really terrifying right now is they have no other policy, and also what's happening among Israeli citizens, Arab Israelis against Jewish Israelis. This is what is shocking people in Israel, that it's mob violence. You have synagogues being burned. You have Arab Israelis being lynched. 20% of the Israeli population is Arab, and they have lived pretty much peacefully since 1948 together. It hasn't been perfect, but this is what people are really, really scared about this time. That's what's different.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.